Hi, I'm Amelia, founder of Social Climber, and I'm documenting my attempt to take my marketing agency from 6 figures to 7. You'll get the highs, the lows, and the mildly unhinged reality of building a business from the ground up. So if you fancy watching me either glow up or completely combust, hit subscribe. Right, let's get into what happened this week. On Sunday, I had a bit of a fear about this week, and I'm unsure why. I made a bit of a plan of action to settle me in a bit, but it meant that this morning I was up early to get on with a lot of those points. Mainly admin, as I've received a lot of emails over the weekend which needed action, so I wanted to clear those before anything else. I like Mondays as I can get everything in order and I feel like I know what's going on for the week. Today's task list consisted of editing some podcast clips, jumping on a client call about a platform they've recently introduced to make sure that it's being utilised efficiently within their company, and facilitating the launch of a new car for a brand I work with. I hate to say it, but this walk was the most interesting part of my day. So much so, in fact, that I filmed nothing else because there's only a certain amount of times I can show myself at the desk. It was, however, the day that I sent my retainer invoices, so that did perk me up a little bit. I was up early again this morning and I had a personal admin task list that was stressing me out, so I spent an hour sorting it. This included getting presents and writing cards for my dad's birthday, which is in 2 days' time, as well as Mother's Day, which is on Sunday. I used to be very over-prepared for these events, but nowadays I'm getting worse, so this is something I'm vowing to get better at. I am a big everything happens for a reason person, and I literally was going to speak on this vlog about the fact that this week I've just been feeling a little bit off. I've been having a little bit of like imposter syndrome, the fear of the future, that sort of thing, basically just a massive existential crisis. But I've just got off the phone. So I got a message, I'll give context to this. I got a message on LinkedIn from an old client of mine and it said, hey, this person, fill in this person, needs some web help, local guy, I could introduce you tomorrow if you're interested, let me know. I was like, yeah, absolutely, give him my details. So then we got added onto a LinkedIn group and it was like, this is Amelia, I used to work with her, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, he gave me his number, so I've just got off the phone with him, and basically he does video production. So obviously we do video production, but I always like to work with local people, good people, nice people, etc. We were on the phone for 20 minutes. He sounds like such a lovely guy, and it's actually for his client. So it's a client of his that needs website help, and I don't know what necessarily that looks like yet, but that introduction is going to be made. The client that he works with is a guitar maker, so obviously that aligns with me because I play the guitar and I love the guitar, so that was already like a shoe-in, amazing. Then we just were chatting, and he was like, well, you know, you're over here, I'm over here. Why don't we have a meeting next week? Because there's a bunch of work that I also do that I need sorry, my Teams is going off. But I am also waiting for a call, hence why I'm looking over here all the time. So he said, let's have a meeting because I need some help on here we go. Just getting a call. I'll keep you on there so that I don't forget to finish off this segment. Hey Rich, you all right?
Yeah, not bad, you.
Yeah,
I wanted to call you on Teams, but I can't connect to you, I don't think. And I think it's because you don't have an organisational Teams account.
Oh, yeah, I just have a nice little fun-free one. I'm a Google user.
It's just a quick call for a catch-up.
Yep.
I think I've set up our TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and I'm going to put that teaser of me out this morning. It's gone out now on LinkedIn, I think, and it will go out about 10:30 on the other platforms, just
Amazing.
to get it moving.
Yep. Amazing, thank you very much.
All right, let's see what happens.
I'm very excited. I think it's all going to come together over the course of this week, and then next week we'll be so ready for launch.
I think it will, and I think, you know, as an aside for what it is and why we're doing it, there's a real buzz in the office with the guys getting behind it and stuff like
That's
that.
That's amazing. I'm glad about that.
Half of what we needed to do. So
perfect.
All right.
Amazing. Thanks, Rich.
All right. I'll leave you today. I'll chat later.
All right. Speak to you later. Bye.
Bye.
See, this is where a single day can change everything, and this is why I don't like yesterday you would have seen I just did the clip of the walk, and then I was like, that was literally the most interesting thing I did, and it was, and the rest of the day was just a bit meh, and if I'd have jumped on camera it just would have been so negative, whereas this morning it's 10:15 and I've already done so much, B, I've had this conversation, I'll go back to that in a minute, C, I've just had the conversation about the podcast, and that's going to be launched next Thursday. So it's like, it's kind of getting back on track, even though it wasn't off track. It's just my mind anyway. So going back to this previous prospect. So he was like, yeah, can we meet and chat, because I'm going to need some assistance, or like there's sort of a role that I need. If you know how to work video, if you know how to edit, then I could potentially use you. So I was like, amazing. So he was like, do you train? And as in go to the gym? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, well, why don't you come and meet me at David Lloyd? And this David Lloyd I used to be a member of, and I used to love it. And then I moved away, so I don't go there anymore, obviously, because it's too far. It would take ages to get to. So we are meeting there before, just to chat and see sort of how we can help each other out. And then we're not training together, because I feel like that would be too much. And he said, don't worry, we're not going to train together. But he's actually just going to get me a guest pass, and I'm going to go and train at the gym. So once again, you just don't know. I keep saying it, but it's because I've got endorphins, because I've just been so here, like flatline for the past however long. And just, I needed a bit of a boost. Because it feels like there's a lot going out. I'm having some conversations with clients, or a singular client that is doing my head in. More about that another time. And sometimes it can just feel that you're running and not really moving forward, like you're just staying where you are. And it feels like I'm slowly moving forward. So touch wood. Hopefully I don't come back at the end of the week and say it's all gone tits up. But for now, things looking good. So anyway, enough of that. Back to the voiceover, back to the rest of the day, and I will catch you later. I jumped on yet another impromptu client call. This is the particular client that I'm not having a great time with as it stands, with the hope that things could still turn around. For reference, and to back myself here, I'm pissed off at them, not vice versa. I decided to use the endorphins from the morning towards a lunchtime half marathon training run. This was just an easy 12k, which to be honest I never thought I'd say, which I did whilst watching lots of YouTube, so it went rather quickly. For a bit of a change of scenery, as well as visiting family and clients, we headed down to Devon for a few days, which was really lovely. I think from editing this week's vlog, I can see that I had a lot going on in my mind, so getting away was exactly what was needed, so that the following week could be as productive and positive as possible. So I live in a very beautiful part of the UK where I'm surrounded by countryside, but there is something different about Devon air, so making sure I got out in it before the working day was non-negotiable. In the evening, we headed out for dinner with some family and went to a nice fish restaurant. And I've got the train from where we were staying to where we were heading to a few times, but it always makes me very happy, so I thought I'd show you guys too. We got there, I headed to the marina to see a client of mine, and I'm not going to lie to you, but that client is also family. Over the weekend, once again, I just wanted to be outside and exploring as much as possible. Good morning, it is Monday, and as before, I'm going to end this vlog now because it's the start of a new week. So I'm going to start next week's vlog, or this week's vlog, right this second. So all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you like and subscribe, and I will see you next week.